There's that little part of you that tells you to go buy this thing or go do this stupid thing that you know you shouldn't do. And if you give it power over you, it will run your life. Your impulses, these urges, these cravings, they can destroy your future. They can rob you of a true, fulfilling, and meaningful existence. A life that you actually love can be replaced with a life full of quick fixes. And there's always that pull. No matter how high of a level you become, no matter how much you work on yourself and do self-improvement, there's always going to be something that will sneak its way through your defenses and get into your life and start to mess with you. It'll start to take away your attention, your time from the things that you actually care about. You'll stop connecting with the people around you on the level that you really want to. And generally, you will make a lot of bad decisions. And the only way, the single way that you can stop this is by slowing down. You have to take a moment to really reflect on what's going on. And this is the hardest thing to do when you're caught in that loop and that spiral of impulsive decisions and running with the monkey in your head. So really, I want you to sit down and think, what do I want long term? Stop looking at what you're feeling like today, because your feelings are taking control. They're gonna run your life for you. And if you don't want that, you have to take control of them. Sit down and look at what is the strategy for this year coming up? What is the strategy for this month? What is the strategy for this week? And then you'll find out what you should be doing today. For many of us, we don't see further ahead than maybe a couple of days, maybe 3 days, maybe a week. And this is weak because it puts you in a position where you're constantly at the mercy of your impulses, of this frantic, neurotic behavior and your mind, of all of these thoughts that really aren't even yours and have nothing to do with what you want to accomplish, but you've been socially conditioned, so you've been trained. Maybe you have a dirty, nasty habit that you've built up over the years and it's constantly pulling you and grabbing you and you just can't stop yourself. It's just so important that you can take some time to think. I know that if you sit down, you will feel a lot of resistance. You will experience this horrible feeling in your head. You'll start to feel all heavy and bogged down. You won't really want to do anything. Maybe you'll feel a little bit depressed and maybe you'll start rethinking your whole life. But you know what will happen afterwards? After a few hours, that pull, it'll disappear. It'll finally go away. And yes, it could come back. It could. There is a chance that it will return. But what do? You sit down, you give it time, you focus on what you want long term, eventually it goes away again. You repeat this process many enough times, you go through this over and over again, and eventually what will happen is that you will master it, and you will know that whenever that pull is there, you just take some time to lay down, reflect, think about your future, think about what you really want, think about whether this serves you in the long run, and look at your big goals and your big dreams and your big visions, and then decide for yourself. Is this a good decision or not? See, I know it's difficult to take that time, but it is absolutely worth it because otherwise you are being run by your impulses and you need to know that. If you're not in control of them, they're in control of you. And if they're in control of you, you're never going to be able to live the life that you want, have the things that you want to have, because what you're doing is you're putting off that long-term dream. You're putting off your real calling for a temporary quick fix that just makes you feel better right now, and in the long run, it just robs you of everything that you truly want.